This is the Hub on Hollywood. I'm James.
I'm Jamie.
And we love
movies. And oh my gosh, James, we have so much to talk about. Like, the number of movies that are filming in and around the New England area right here blows your mind. Blows your mind. And we've got, like, late-breaking information on a huge one that is going to be filming out in Worcester, right?
Yeah, a film that was a big smash hit in 2018. It's a sequel, and I didn't really think or imagine this movie filming it in Worcester, but it apparently, rumor has it, sources say that it is. So we'll be talking about that breaking news, as well as we have some movie reviews. You recently watched The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, which is a sequel to The Hitman's Bodyguard, starring Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds. We also have casting calls, what we're watching, and our top 3 list of best summer beach movies, our favorite summer beach, summer fun movies. But first, thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of The Hub on Hollywood. If you're watching us right now, please give us a like, give us a subscribe on that YouTube channel. We're also on every major audio podcast streaming service out there: iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We are affiliated with WBZ News Radio in Boston. Jamie, they can find us on all the social medias, right?
That's right, on the Twitters, the Facebooks, and also TikTok.
I've caved in. I got a TikTok, and so we're going to see if we're going to create a Hub on Hollywood TikTok. But I have a James Rojas WBZ TikTok. Go give us a follow, and we'll try to share some behind the scenes stuff or something interesting. We don't know how we're going to use it yet, but that's part of the whole learning experience.
We're figuring it out.
I feel so old talking about TikTok. I downloaded the app for work because now WBZ News Radio, give us a follow. We have a TikTok, and we're getting a lot of views, a lot of new followers and subscribers. And so because of that, I started learning how to do it. I got TikTok myself so I could upload videos. Just trying to learn. I'm only 31 years old, but I feel 61 years old trying to learn anything about TikTok and the whole TikTok culture. But we're learning together.
Yeah. Okay. So as soon as you learn, you teach me and all that, and we'll keep up with the kids and whatnot.
Maybe Nikki, your son, will teach you.
Yeah,
how
my 5-year-old
teach us both.
will teach us both about a TikTok. Very soon, I think he'll be surpassing all of my abilities. So it won't be that long of a wait. But speaking of, we didn't even know that we were waiting for this, James. I really want to start off with the big news that we just learned about the film that is filming out in Worcester, a little indie project called Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. You might have heard of it. You might have heard of Black Panther. Just a cultural phenomenon, really, when Black Panther hit the scene in the MCU. And unfortunately, we lost our king. We lost our King T'Challa. We lost the actor Chadwick Boseman last year. So it's still really unclear how they are moving forward.
But they are moving forward.
But they are moving forward. Yes.
Yeah, it looks like now the city of Worcester is remaining very hush-hush. Like many other cities and towns, they don't really say what film production is coming to town because usually the movie studios, they want to keep it private. But what Spectrum News, they're reporting, they have sources. They say that they've been told that Black Panther 2 scouting location or location scouts, they're planning to head over to the city to look at possible areas to start shooting, and they spoke to I think there was the economic developer or the Department of Economic Development for the city, and they were saying, yes, this is a Disney sequel. It's a sequel to a very popular
2018
film. What other movie fits that bill? Black Panther. So it's a very short list. Odds are, it looks like it, that they're going to be filming it here, which I never thought they would film that movie here, but especially, I don't know, in Worcester, seems very out there. I would think that they would want a very metropolitan feel like in Boston.
Yeah, well, Massachusetts has a very generous film credit, which is what has been attracting all of the film and television shows. That's why they're calling us Hollywood East now. That's why we're the Hub on Hollywood. And every year there are more amazing projects coming here. And we have A-listers, we've had big giant blockbusters. So I think it's about time that we started getting on the MCU list there. We started getting some of these big hitters. So the film's expected release date is going to be July 2022. And it looks like this is a lock. It looks like they are going to begin filming later this year. So absolutely, we're going to be trying to get in on that.
Now, do you have any predictions about what they may do? As we mentioned, Chadwick Boseman, he's no longer with us. The main or the most common or heard theory is that T'Challa's sister Shuri will be taking up the mantle as the Black Panther. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that would be really amazing. That would be really amazing to see. However, I think, me personally, I have the unpopular opinion that he should be recast, because I think that there are a lot of stories that need to be told about King T'Challa. I also wouldn't mind seeing, I forget his name now, but the other guy who is the head of the tribe that lives in the mountains, who is really funny. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind seeing him taking up the mantle either, or Shuri. So.
That would be a completely different Black Panther, because those two characters, those both different leaders of the tribes, their personalities are completely different. So that would be a completely different Black Panther, and yeah, that'd be very interesting to see.
Okay, so here's the plan, James. Here's the plan. Right. I'm gonna try to get cast. Okay, I'm gonna try to get cast. I'm gonna sneak down on set. I'm gonna find a script. I'm gonna do my little investigative my little sleuthing down there, and I will come and report to you. Okay. Not to everybody else, though, because I want to keep my job. So
hear me out. What if you do that? You get cast as an extra or a body double, and then they're like, you know what? You're the perfect body double for T'Challa for the Black Panther, and they cast
unlikely,
you
but
as the Black Panther. I could see you do that.
I don't think so.
No.
I would probably say, I'm a few shades too light for that, so give it to someone else. But, I might, land something else. That would be pretty exciting.
Yeah, you can work the computers in the background while they meet the new Black Panther.
Oh, gosh, I would love that. But, there's so many beautiful landscapes in Massachusetts. There are such diversified, locations that they could really do really interesting things with. We have historical, we have just beautiful landscapes, we've got everything. We've got absolutely everything here in Massachusetts. So yeah, I think whatever their needs are, we will be able to meet them, and I'm really hoping that this is going to be incredible. It's going to be really delicate to see how they handle the passing of Chadwick Boseman, but I mean, it's just so exciting that this is filming in our backyard. We'll see what happens, James. We'll see what happens.
And speaking about filming in our backyard, we have to talk about the news that you're going to be appearing in more movies. I understand.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
No big deal.
I'm gonna be in
no big deal. Just drop that mic.
No big deal. I'm just going to be in Dexter. I'm going to be in Julia. I'm going to be in the Ryan Reynolds musical. I'm so excited about.
Tell me more about this. When did you hear about this, and what are the details that you can reveal?
So I just found out last week that my son and I got cast as mom and child at the mall, and this is filming later in the summer. They're scheduling things kind of far out right now, and I think it's already out there that the South Shore Plaza is kind of being commandeered for a little bit of the filming, for parts of it. So this Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell Christmas musical is based on the Christmas story, kind of like the Scrooge story, and Ryan Reynolds playing the Scrooge-like character. So everything's going to be set in the winter. And I've done a few of those where they, it's the middle of summer, but they have you wearing parkas and stuff and pretending like it's the middle of winter. Yeah. That's what they're doing with Dexter right now also. Everything is all Christmassy and decorated that way, and everyone's wearing, jackets and long sleeves and whatnot. I also did a day on Julia, which is this show on HBO Max about Julia Childs. I'm deep background. You're not going to see me, but I got to do really cool makeup, which maybe I'll send you a picture or two. Really cool 1950s makeup. I mean, just amazing stuff, how they do the hair and the wardrobe. And guys, we want you to be a part of it. It's so fun. It is so fun, and there's so much work coming to the area. Whether you want to spend a day on a set as a background extra, or whether you want to be an actor and that's your career path, like there's just so much work coming to our area. In no small part because of that film credit. So listen to the Hub on Hollywood. We'll get you cast. Speaking of, James, why don't we throw a few of these casting calls out there, because there are a lot.
Absolutely. So right now, CP Casting. Now, you know what's funny? The show, the Queen's Gambit, I believe, is called that, the Netflix chess show. I've heard that ever since that show was released and has become more and more popular, more and more people, including a lot of kids, have been getting into chess. And so if your child, aged between 9 and 12, is a chess whiz, this role may be for them. The CP Casting, they're looking for kids between 9 and 12 who are experienced chess players, and there will be a test, and so your child will be put to the literal test to see if they can actually play chess. This is a paid gig, background extra work in Massachusetts, filming here. It's a Netflix feature film shooting this summer. So if your child meets any of those requirements and knows how to legit play chess, email your names, current photo, date of birth, height, phone number, where you live. Email all of that to tmscasting2021@gmail.com.
Okay, so Boston Casting is handling the Ryan Reynolds musical. That's called Spirited, codenamed Chili. They're looking for a bunch of people for this right now. So they're looking for people who can play high schoolers for multiple dates in July. They're also looking for background extras for a vigil scene. That sounds like it's going to be funny. Or, so that's all through Boston Casting. All through Boston Casting, you're going to want to go on their website. You're going to want to sign up. It's all for free. And then you will get the emails, and you'll be able to list your availability and maybe get to be a part of that one also.
All right, Boston Casting, we are looking for a female body double for a girl 9 to 14 years old. This is a paid gig. They're looking for a Caucasian girl, blonde hair, around 4'7", 4'10". This is shooting on July 8th, but that can change, so we'll let you know. But if you fit that description, if your child fits that description, please submit the information to bostoncasting.chilibg@gmail.com for this Spirited film. So bostoncasting.chilibg@gmail.com. Send photo, current body photo as well, age, weight, height. If you know anybody, pass it along.
Boston Casting is also looking for a cappella groups and actors with basic saxophone experience. If you're a male actor with basic saxophone experience or an a cappella group, they're looking for a female a cappella group. This is for a television opportunity later this month. They want photos, names, links to performances, contact information, and where you are based. You're going to want to send that to bostoncastingtv@gmail.com. bostoncastingtv@gmail.com.
So Boston Casting looking for multiracial kids for a singing gig. Now they're going to be going for what's described as crying siblings. So this is shooting on July 12th, August 2nd, and August 3rd. They're looking for multiracial kids, boys ages 6 to 10 years old, girls 16 to 19 years old. Acting experience is a plus. They'll work as the children of a multiracial couple that are Asian and Caucasian. So send name, information, phone number, yada, 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 date of birth, current recent photos. Send all of that to bostoncasting.chilibg@gmail.com.
Okay, and last one for me, Slate Casting is looking for people with prosthetic limbs, men or women, age 18 to 35, with a prosthetic limb for a project that's shooting in Delaware. They want a current photo, contact information, agent if you have one, city and state that you live in, and send that to slaterecs slaterealpeoplecasting@gmail.com, as opposed to fake people casting. But,
Right.
Yeah, slaterealpeoplecasting@gmail.com.
All right, Boston Casting, we're carrying on with this spirited train. Boston Casting searching for a Hispanic or Latino family. So if you are Hispanic, if you're Latino, if you have a family, you got all the boxes checked. Send first and last names of each family member, age ranges, date of birth for minors, phone numbers for each parent, and send current recent family photo. This does not have to be professionally done as long as they can clearly see everyone. This is a paid gig shooting July 19th, July 20th, and July 21st. So again, send all that information to bostoncasting.chillig@gmail.com.
Awesome. All right, James. So many
And really
opportunities.
quick,
We can't get to them all, but go ahead.
Way too many. But as you were mentioning, you and Nikki are going to be in the Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell musical. Now, I'm trying to get you discovered. So what I think you should do is, while there's downtime, everybody's waiting, behind the wings or whatnot. Just start singing Nikki a song. One of your lovely childhood songs out loud, enough to get noticed. Someone will hear that,
Okay.
wonder where does that angel live or reside. They'll be led to you, of course, and then you will get your name in the top acting credits.
I appreciate your optimism for me.
I think you can
for
do
my
it.
future. So.
You can only try.
Okay, I promise I will try. No. You know what the goal is? What the goal is really the goal is for Ryan Reynolds to see my son and think that he is just so cute and precocious that he must have a play date with Ryan Reynolds' children. And then they fly us out to California for the play date, and we become best friends forever. And then I just get to be friends with Ryan Reynolds and his beautiful wife. And that's the dream right there. That's the goal. What I'm
I was going to say, your husband's invited too, right?
Yeah, I guess. I guess so.
Yeah.
he can come.
If there's room. If there's room on the private jet.
Yeah, there might not be room on the private jet, exactly. So.
All right, so let's go right into our main topic of discussion today, our top summer beach movies. It is officially summertime here, and what would summertime be without, staying inside, enjoying the air conditioner when it's blazing outside, which it is right now. So if you don't mind, I'll just jump right into my top 3, no particular order, of top favorite summer beach movies. And how can I not mention Jaws, the classic, of course. For those who have not seen Jaws or familiar with it, according to IMDb, it's when a killer shark unleashes chaos on a beach community, it's up to a local sheriff, a marine biologist, and an old seafarer to hunt the beast down, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Roy Scheider, Robert Shaw, and Richard Dreyfuss. Jaws.
Okay, and where was it shot?
It was shot right here in New England, in particular at Martha's Vineyard.
That's right. Very good.
All right. I
Nice
know my
job.
history.
You know your film history.
I know my film
That is an
history.
absolute classic. That's my my father-in-law's favorite movie of all time. And one of the only films my husband was allowed to watch growing up, apparently. So I've had to get him up to speed on a lot of other things because it was only Jaws. Only Jaws was allowed, so.
Not bad.
All right. So I'll just throw one of mine in here. Mamma Mia. Beautiful, wonderful musical.
Here we go again.
All the summer vibes, all the excitement and joy. Mamma Mia, here I go again. My, you can't go wrong with Meryl Streep.
Never.
So Meryl Streep is in this independent woman who lives on a Greek island, and she's preparing for her daughter's wedding, and unbeknownst to her, her daughter has invited her 3 potential fathers, and it leads to all kinds of mayhem and musical numbers, and it's all just very summery and wonderful, and that's a great fun film. That's my number 1 summer film fic. What's your next one?
Well, really quick, I've never seen that movie, and to be honest, I've never been enticed to see it. It's not my cup of tea. I don't think it's my demographic. But speaking about Greece, we have to mention Knives Out 2 apparently just started shooting day 1 today in Greece. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, so we
Have
have
fun, Ryan.
yeah,
I miss you.
Ryan Johnson, Craig, what's his name? I'm blanking on James Bond's name.
Oh,
Daniel
good.
Craig. Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig. There you go.
All right. So there's that news.
Mr.
Now,
Craig.
Now, unintentionally, but staying on the Richard Dreyfuss train, apparently, What About Bob is my next favorite summertime beach movie. This was made in 1991, still starring Bill Murray, Richard Dreyfuss, and Julie Haggerty. It's about a successful psychotherapist. He loses his mind, however, after one of his most dependent patients, played by Bill Murray, who is an obsessive, compulsive, neurotic, tracks him down during his family vacation. It's supposed to take place in New Hampshire. They actually filmed it in Virginia, though. But it's one of those beach town kind of feel good getaway movies. But again, with that's the background. But at the forefront, again, you have Bill Murray, his crazy antics, and Richard Dreyfuss, the psychotherapist who's trying to enjoy his getaway, his vacation. But his patient, Bill Murray, crashes the party because he needs help so desperately, and then chaos and hilarity ensues. So if you haven't seen What About Bob, check it out.
Awesome. Speaking of Grease, but another kind of Grease the musical, James. Yeah. Grease the musical. That's a great one.
This. Yeah, yeah. These are good segues.
There's a good connection here. So you've got, of course, Olivia Newton-John, John Travolta, Rydell High,
Yeah.
They're all musicals, apparently. Apparently all of my summer music picks, my summer movie picks are all musicals.
Would you say it's the one that you want?
It's the one I want. Honey. Yes, I would say that. So, all right, what's your last one?
Okay, before I mention my last one, I will mention my honorable mention. Honorable mention goes to The Sandlot that came out in 1993 in the summer of 1962. A new kid in town is taken under the wing of a young baseball prodigy and his rowdy team, resulting in many adventures. But my final top 3 movies, best summer beach movie out there, is Forgetting Sarah Marshall, made in 2008, starring Kristen Bell, Jason Segel, and Paul Rudd. Basically, this follows a devastated man named Peter, played by Jason Segel. He takes a Hawaiian vacation in order to deal with the recent breakup with his TV star girlfriend, Sarah, played by Kristen Bell. Little does he know, Sarah's traveling to the same resort as her ex, and she's bringing along her new boyfriend, which is played by Russell Brand. A classic, one of my favorite summer movies, but also favorite Jason Segel and Paul Rudd movies. So, got to include it.
I haven't seen that one. I'll have to check it out.
You haven't? Oh, my goodness.
No, I know
Watch
I'm a criminal.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Don't watch it with Nikki because there are a few scenes that are adults. Right. But really funny, really, really good.
Okay, all right. And so my last top pick here for the summer is Spider-Man Far From Home. Because, he's on summer break and he just wants to spend his summer break on his vacation, with his class, getting to know the girl that he likes, and it's just, all the summer vibes that you need are in that film, and then he has to save the world again, and all that jazz. But I just love all the parts between Tom Holland and Zendaya, and going as they travel all around Europe. So it was just a beautiful, fun summer movie.
All right, perfect. Well, let us know what your favorite summer beach movie is. Is your favorite movie on our list? If not, why are we wrong and why are you right? Let us know down in the comments. Again, if you are watching us on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you're listening to us on any of the major podcasting streaming services, give us a share and interact with us. We are on social media at Facebook, also on Instagram and Twitter at Hub on Hollywood, and check out my TikTok. We may release a TikTok again. I'm slowly easing into the TikTok pool, so gradual baby steps. Yeah.
Tell us, do you have any advice for us, because we're old and stuff? So
we're old timers now. All right. So just to wrap up, Jamie, what have you been watching?
Okay, so I've watched a couple of things, and I'll just go through them pretty quickly. I went to Chunky's in New Hampshire, in Manchester, New Hampshire. If you don't know what Chunky's is, it's like a family-friendly movie theater kind of deal where they have long tables and cozy chairs, and they serve you dinner while you watch a movie, and kids are allowed to run around and stuff. So I saw, this is not a kids-friendly movie, though, The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. We've been talking a lot about Ryan Reynolds. Today is just a Ryan-themed show between Ryan Johnson and Ryan Reynolds. But Ryan Reynolds, Salma Hayek, Samuel L. Jackson are just these crazy people. So the description is the world's most lethal odd couple, this bodyguard, Michael Bryce, who's played by Ryan Reynolds, and the hitman, Darius Kincaid, come together for a life-threatening mission. They need to save all of Europe from these hackers that are just going to cause chaos and mayhem. And along the way, Darius's wife, who's played by Selma Hayek, is just volatile and insane. They get thrown together and forced on this mission. If you are looking for just good, dumb, mindless fun that is very violent and crass, then this is it. It's Deadpool without the Deadpool. And I just have to say, though, there's a twist in the movie where we meet Ryan Reynolds' father, and I won't give it away. It was so freaking hilarious. It was so amazing who Ryan Reynolds' father is in this movie. And that dynamic, it was so funny. It was just so funny. So I recommend it if you just want to turn your brain off for like 2 hours and have a good fun time. I think we need a lot more of that lately. So The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
Yeah, I heard that Selma Hayek's character was in the first movie, just very briefly, but apparently enough people liked her and wanted to see more. And then that's when I think the director or the writer approached her saying, if she wanted to do this and have a larger role in the sequel. And at first she wasn't, she didn't take their word for it. She was kind of like, okay, I'll believe you when I see that. And apparently it followed through, and she enjoyed very much filming this. Did she have a lot of action scenes in this?
Oh, she has a ton of action scenes. Okay. And she's just cursing, the whole time and just losing her mind. I would say she's the beating heart of this movie. I loved everything that she did in it, and you could tell that she was having so much fun. She was just having so much fun. Lots of action for Selma in this one.
Nice. Well, I haven't seen anything new, but I did revisit a classic. I watched Zoolander, starring Ben Stiller, of course, and Owen Wilson.
I love Zoolander.
Yeah, it's funny. So it's funny watching, obviously, the new series Loki. Owen Wilson is in the show. And it's funny seeing just the contrast and the age difference between Zoolander and Zoolander's Owen Wilson to Loki's current age Owen Wilson. But the mannerisms are just the same and funny, and the characters are really rich and full. But Zoolander still holds up. I was laughing just as hard as I was when I watched it the first time. I noticed some jokes, like with anything and most things, not all the jokes age well, but for the most part, the vast majority of the movie still holds up and is just as funny as ever. I did not watch Zoolander 2 because I was afraid of ruining my experience with the first one, and I'm glad I didn't, because the reviews were not beautiful. No pun intended.
Can you do the look? What's the Zoolander?
Blue steel,
the blue steel.
Yeah, that's not stopping any. That's not stopping anybody. No, let's not do that ever again.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're not going to do that anymore. But speaking of Owen Wilson's in the new Loki, we're all caught up on Loki. But it took me 3 episodes to care about it. I've kind of been like a little poo-pooing on the Loki series, but now I'm into it. Now that we're learning more about Lady Loki, and they had all of these bonding moments. While they're on the train and they're escaping and they're on this other planet that's exploding and they're trying to escape from this latest apocalyptic event that they're trapped in. It's been really hard for me to care about the Loki character because he's such a prankster and a jokester and so mischievous. You don't know what's real and you don't know what to care about. And I think that we're finally kind of getting a good look at who Loki is, because Loki is bouncing off of Loki. And the whole love is an imaginary dagger, spiel that he had. And it kind of gave me a vibe. I'm kind of hoping now for something interesting here. Like, the only person that Loki can really understand and love is himself, is another Loki. So could we have a Loki love triangle here or romance here. I don't know. It's a little taboo.
I sensed a little flirtation between Loki and female Loki, who goes by the name Sylvie. But the chemistry between Tom Hiddleston and the actress Sophia Di Martino it works very well. And apparently, from what I've read about that, is they didn't meet, because usually when two actors, they're going to be working on a project, the makers, the creators, they want to have like this to see how compatible they are. So they kind of do a test screen with each other. Screen test, and they didn't have the chance to do this because both were on the opposite sides of the worlds working on their own projects. But they ended up working out. It ended up working out very well, because I think the chemistry is there on the scene. It's fun to see them bounce off of each other, because they both are tricksters and they're both thinking that they have the upper hand or are outsmarting the other one constantly. And so I like that back and forth. I did honestly like Loki since the very beginning, since the first episode. I've liked the Loki character since. I would say it took until Avengers, the first Avengers movie, when Loki was growing on me, and then I think that solidified me liking the character as in it of itself during Thor Ragnarok. I do like the series. I do like where it's going. I believe there's only 3 or 4 episodes left, and then we're going to go right into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. How does it connect with WandaVision and all that stuff? And so I'm really curious of how they escaped the latest disaster in the previous episode, and see where we go from here.
I have a prediction.
Tell me.
I think they're going to be rescued by yet another Loki. I think another variant. I think another variant's going to show up on the scene and whisk them away. So that's my prediction.
Oh, and honestly, I don't have any predictions, because I honestly don't see where it can go. But that is a very good prediction or theory. Speaking about variants, really quick though, one big update or reveal in the last episode was that none of the Time Variance Authority employees were actually made by the Timekeepers, apparently. They're all different or former variants themselves, and they all think that they were created by the Timekeepers, but that's really not the case, just revealing more and more of how nefarious and how, the TVA isn't as forthcoming or as honest as what they're appearing to be, or as innocent as they're trying to appear. So again, more stuff being revealed. I'm really looking forward to the next episode. I'm very curious to what you think about Loki and where the series is going to be going and how it may reconnect or interconnect with the upcoming movies. But I think we've covered everything.
We've covered it. We've covered it all. We've covered it all, James. That was a lot of territory to get across. Oh, one last thing. A bit of both in Loki. The canonization that Loki is bisexual and gender fluid, and how wonderful that was. And I love how subtle it was, and almost like a throwaway line, because it shouldn't matter, but it does matter. And that having that representation and making it real, beautifully done. Done. It was just subtle and sweet.
The funny thing is with anything that's out there, it gets criticized and ridiculed online, and there is that sect, that group of people online who are upset. They feel that Loki coming out, saying that he kind of goes both ways when it comes to his sexuality, is just another move by the woke culture, or just try to force ideology or opinion into movies or whatnot. Clearly, they are not familiar with comics or the comic source, because for years, the Loki character has been portrayed as both male and female, and has also been portrayed as very fluid in their sexuality. So, I don't know, people always want to complain about something, saying that this is a woke culture run amok. But you know what?
It's called reality. It's called
reality, and two, two is part of the comics also. And so, get over it.
Yeah, get over it. It's awesome. Right. So, now we've covered everything.
Now we've covered everything. Don't get over us. Please keep coming back for new episodes every week. Again, please follow, subscribe on all the things, on Instagram, on Twitter, maybe on TikTok soon, on Facebook, on YouTube, everywhere. We're out there. Find us.
and have fun with us. And
have
we'll
fun
see
with
you
us.
next time. And we'll let you know how to get into the next big film. And we'll tell you the next time I'm going to be on screen too. So
Well, for the Hub
until
on
next
Hollywood,
week.
I'm
Yeah.
James.
I'm Jamie.
Bye.
See ya.